To hell with the panels, they're cheap. Hold the door, man. This video perfectly illustrates the difference between knowledge and experience. Don't mind me, I'll just take this. You just keep doing what you do best. We never thought we'd see a person who is too dumb to use a shovel, but here we are. A little imagination goes a long way sometimes. Well, maybe he wanted to take a shower at work. The piece fits, you just have to turn it over. But look on the bright side, maybe they won't notice. When work is so boring, you don't know what to do with yourself. Could the conveyor belt move any slower?
Operate a car. Holy.
Sometimes you just want to smack someone over the head so hard, you dent his skull. If your truck door ever breaks in the middle of the road, don't fix it, call this guy. He'll break it clean off and then sell it as scrap metal. When you have an IQ of 180, but you didn't have the money to go to college, and now you're doing this. When the price of the house is too good to be true, that's usually because it is. But maybe changing the roof and fixing the ceiling all around your house won't be that expensive. When you try to take a cool picture for your Instagram post, but you wind up shooting a cool video for your TikTok. This one's going viral, we know it.
What?
Where on earth is the natural selection when you need it? He would have been better off just going for a swim. Keys? Who the hell needs keys? Just get a pair of pliers and you're good to go. Now the problem is, you can't really take this car on a date. I mean, you can, but you'll not be getting lucky. Well, at least that wok was seasoned pretty well. Look, nothing sticks to the bottom. It burns, but it doesn't stick. When your friend always wanted to do the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, but never got to. When you want to pour out every last grain of wheat from the trailer. Wouldn't it be better to turn off the sprinklers instead of doing this? Or if you can't, just send the players home. You didn't solve the problem, you created a different one. If you've ever wondered what it's like living on a giant cruise ship, it goes something like this. Too bad you can't do anything to stop it. When they tell you to clean your bike, but you just take the pressure hose and do this to it. Put a few dynamos on there and you've got electricity. Well, that's one way to get an excavator down a mountain. You don't need to waste fuel getting down, just take the whole mountain with you. We don't know who this guy is, but he is our spirit animal. This is what we want to do at work when we're bored. And this is how you burn through a couple of $1,000s you spent on that jet ski. But, you know, maybe it's not broken. Maybe this is one of those durable jet skis that can take a hit. And this is what happens when people try to fix a car, but they know nothing about fixing a car. When you buy one of those cheap Ninja blenders from AliExpress. Oh sure, it looks very stylish, but then it does this. We don't know what happened here, but judging how expensive that house looks, we think these guys can afford to burn a few $100s on smash that like button, just like you should if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, they can afford to flip those cars. This is what happens when you can't read traffic signs. So that one with the height limit on it, you thought it was just a warning for tall guys. When you take feeding the fish to a whole new level. Have you seen those guys at the airport that wrap your packages in seconds? Well, this dude tried it and this is how it went. Have Have you ever wondered why your mechanic keeps telling you that he found some new parts that needs to be fixed? Well, this might have something to do with it. Meanwhile, in Russia, they're turning regular cars into tractors. We just wonder who was the crazy genius that came up with this invention. Can someone please tell this guy that he's missing a whole tyre? You know, in case he thinks all the shaking comes from the bass of his stereo. Okay, this is a first for us. Why is he trying to fill his gas tank through the exhaust pipe? That's like trying to eat your... you know what. Little did you know, this is how they make low riders. Now all they have to do is add new rims to that car and it'll be good to go. It's best to hire sumo wrestlers to do this. Even cars have dreams. This one wanted to soar to the skies, so she built a pair of wings for herself and tried this. There's a weight limit on that truck for a reason. It's not just some number to scare you, it's so stuff like this doesn't happen in the future. So this is why Americans plant giant cornfields. Leave the corn long enough on the stalks and it turns to beer. What is this guy doing with that crate of beer? Is he... What kind of sorcery is this? Guess this is what you can do when you graduate with a master's in engineering. When you're new on the job but they still told you to operate heavy machinery. He's not drunk, he's just unqualified. Wonder which one's worse. We've been meaning to ask this, why do planes need pointy noses anyway? This guy showed us that they don't. Who in the world thought it would be a good idea to turn their backyard into a bathtub? The guy installed a drain and everything. Wonder if he takes bubble baths when it rains. Wonder why this part broke off. They handled the block with such care. Tell the customers we're all out of clam chowder. What do you mean we're out? I just watched the chef make it this morning. I said tell them we're out. The oven said to bake at 350 degrees, so you baked it at 350 degrees, but then you forgot that your oven is in Celsius. And just like that, this person with the dashcam is going home with a brand new refrigerator. We just wanted to see the look on their faces when they realise their new fridge is gone. Hey, don't try to cut me off, I'm delivering oil. What are you carrying that's so important? Ha, that's what I thought. Get the hell back, bucko. Sometimes your truck just needs a thorough cleaning, and the best way to do it is with good old soap and water. You might need to buy a new truck, but it'll be squeaky clean when you take it to the scrapyard. Well, the trailer might have come off, but if you don't tell the owner, how would he notice that there's something wrong with the truck? We don't know where this happened, but can someone explain to us where the grind went? How to turn a giant excavator into scrap metal. Step 1. Get another giant excavator and lift the first one as high as possible. Step 2. Drop it. Step 3. Get fired. When you're a skater boy that works in construction, and this is how you spend your lunch breaks. This is what happens when you hire a new firefighter on the job and he needs to learn to use the pressurized hose. When you tell interns to solve a task, this is what they do. They will complete it, but they will spend so much time, energy and money that even when they're free, they'll cost you. Some people do BS that's so stupid, it makes you question how they are still alive. Like, you can't be this stupid and still be alive. That was painful to watch, and that, kids, is how your dad lost $1 million in just 3 seconds. Wonder if the yacht sank afterwards. This was an honest mistake. Anyone could have missed an entire boat with a man standing straight up on it, you know, if you're half blind. If you haven't had enough of idiots today, here's another one. This one thought it would be a good idea to clean the exhaust pipe with a jet of water. Thanks for watching, guys.